This is a debate. We also got a lot of questions about. This is from readers or listeners who sent in an email asking, Alfredo, this is a good one for you. The best pistol in Destiny.
Hawkmoon.
Okay. Between Thorn.
I don't even own it, but Hawkmoon.
We know
I've seen.
Yeah, it was like I didn't own Gjallarhorn until
it is
a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Brutal.
That said, a lot of people are asking which is better, Thorn or Last Word, and why. Like, how does each have a strength and weakness? What are each weapons?
So if you're looking
and
between the
weaknesses?
Thorn and the Last Word, you are making very smart choices in PvP. You can't go wrong with either one.
Mm-hmm.
And before I even dive into going in and, versus this versus that.
Optimizing.
Pistols, I mean, people ask me this all the time. Pistols are still a very, very good option in PvP. And a lot of people are like, oh, man, you're still using the Last Word. It got nerfed. Here's the thing. They nerfed its range. The range was overpowered. Now the range is just really good. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So still use it. It's still really good, viable option. Now, if you're going into Last Word versus Thorn, but have both of these maxed out, I've used them a ton of times.
They're so close. Like, one does damage over time.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean,
and it's also powerful.
So
Thorn, yeah.
Here's the big difference is that the Thorn has range. Like, it has a considerable amount of range over the Last Word. Mm-hmm. The Last Word, though, is full auto, and you can fire it as fast as you can pull the trigger. Mm-hmm. That's a thing. And its hip fire is really, really good.
Yeah.
And in Iron Banner, the hip fire does, I believe, extra damage. Personally, I go with the Last Word just because I like the fact that I can just hip fire with it, and it's really accurate. I like the fact that it's fully automatic.
Yep.
And when I do switch over to the Thorn, it is very, very powerful. You hit people with headshots with that thing, they'll drop faster than the Last Word. But my thing with the Thorn is that it's the poison damage.
Yeah.
It's the fact that, and I get this because it would be a little overpowered, but I can hit someone twice, like in the chest usually. Like I'm not like an amazing PvP player. I'm hit everyone in the headshots all the time. Mm-hmm. But I'll hit them in the chest twice, and they'll take poison damage, and they still have like a little sliver of health that they can run away with. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times I end up becoming, and I see this with a lot of people, like an assist machine.
Assist master,
yeah. But still a really good option. It's got good range.
So is Last Word 2 shots down? It's 3, right?
No,
it's still 3.
It's 3. Thorn, I believe, is 2 shots to the head down.
Okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. I usually just shoot stuff now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I believe on
center mass. Right?
I believe on Reddit, I should have quoted the user, but someone came up and had kill times. Actually, I believe if I remember correctly, the Thorn had the fastest kill time.
Okay.
If you're doing like straight
math
precision shots, headshots with like math calculations, the Thorn is a
fastest being just damage to the head.
fastest in terms like you just take someone down.
Right.
So I believe it's like 2 shots to the head. Yeah,
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
But see, I don't think Last Word takes more than 2 either, right? Are you saying it might?
To the head.
To the head. In any event, Last Word, especially though, I think the advantage, which is part of your playstyle, which I can see why people would like it, is just that firing from the hip has that increased accuracy, right?
Yeah.
So like if you're just like turning and boom, someone's there, you don't even have to like zoom, like pull the trigger, and you're more likely to get a chest shot or headshot. Which, so I think that's
you do a quicker DPS with Last Word.
Yeah. I mean between the two, you can't go wrong. Those are both like amazing hand
get
cannons.
killed by
You're
both.
using top tier weapons in PvP. Like congratulations.
So before we definitively choose which one is the best,
You're making it.
I don't really think you can choose. I mean, either way, like I will get shredded with a Thorn every once in a while, but I like the Last Word personally because I'm an aggressive PvP player, and the Last Word allows me to be aggressive. The Thorn is suits the play style of like I'm going to look down the hallways. I'm gonna play map control and stuff like that. The Last Word's like I'm going to push you out of this base. Like I'm going to invade you. I'm going to put pressure on the team. So.
Fran, you actually have a gun. Both Alfredo and I do not. You guys made a joke at the beginning. Hawkmoon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can decide for you. Yeah, Hawkmoon is a better choice.
Yeah. What is it about that gun that makes it so good? Don't tell us you have more than one. Now you're just rubbing it in.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, yeah, one of the... I didn't quote that in the readers that I mentioned, but one of them said, "Don't tell Destin, but I have 2 Hawkmoons." So,
how do you have 2?
I don't have the Red Death, and everyone's like, "Hey, look, I just got the Red Death."
Allie,
well, you could have bought that one, so that one, like, I understand.
Ali Grimer, or whatever. didn't want me to tell you, but it just did.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Fran.
But no, so I have all 3. I don't have them all maxed out, though, but I've gotten, most of the perks, like, to the first level or whatever, and I know enough about them that, like, the
You
way
use Hawkmoon pretty regularly.
Easy is just like it is the Gallahorn of hand cannons. It is so powerful, and the range is super far. It's fast. It's super accurate. It doesn't have a ton of kick. It's just an awesome hand cannon.
Yeah.
And it sounds awesome, too. You always
It
know.
has that perk that essentially just instantly kills somebody with a headshot.
Oh, yeah.
If it there's a low percentage of like.
Oh, you're talking about yeah. It's got the random chance that a bullet in the magazine will correct damage. I forget the term is, but like
Those
one
like
of those
double damage
bullets
or something?
in the magazine
has a chance.
What is that perk called? I'll look it up in a sec. But
of being extremely
so
powerful.
that's really big too. Is you end up getting more damage out of it, but I don't know how applicable that actually is in Crucible.
Comes up
Everything's normalized.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, it's normalized, but I think it plays obviously. So
yeah.
But that plays into it for sure. But it's also just the range on it. Even with the nerf, it's still really good. But that's why I think it's the type of player. I do think it's very compelling to use Last Word because that fire from the hip, especially if you're just not that type of player that can like snap into a headshot that fast. Like it's makes it really easy to run around and just be popping your hand cannon at people without that.
It's just very versatile. Like if I run up and I'm close range, I can just fire away. Or if I'm further away, then I can just tap it, and go at my.
The hair trigger is nice.
So.
Fran, you said you like the sound. How does it sound?
I'm not gonna do it now. No, it is like clack, 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 clack. It's like very high. It's very high pitched. It's like it's almost like glass breaking.
Every time you shot,
that would be sweet. Actually, I think is it Clown Cartridge? Is that the one that's the random? I think it's Clown Cartridge that's the random bullet that causes extra damage. So it should make like a bozo.
Yeah.
Nose honking sound. But anyway, Hawkmoon's definitely the best pistol all around. But I do think to what Alfredo's saying, it fits your play style. We kind of come to this conclusion. We talked about Icebreaker and Black Hammer before. Like, it fits the situation and your style in PvP especially. So I don't think you can just say this is the gun for you necessarily.
Okay. Yeah.
So Thorn versus Last Word winner, Hawkmoon.
We just kind of saw that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Done.